The night of the Hohenthurm train collision began like any other winter evening in eastern Germany. Cold winds swept across the frozen countryside, and a thick layer of fog slowly covered the railway tracks stretching between small villages and dark forests. Most people were already inside their homes, sitting near warm lights and enjoying the quiet end of the day. But deep within the railway control system, unnoticed mistakes were slowly creating the conditions for one of the deadliest rail disasters the region had ever seen. At exactly 8:17 p.m., the northbound passenger train left Halle station carrying more than 300 travelers. Some passengers were returning home after work, while others were students, tourists, or families visiting relatives. The train moved smoothly through the icy night, its bright headlights cutting through the heavy fog ahead. Inside the carriages, people talked quietly, listened to music, or slept peacefully without realizing how close they were to danger. At the same time, several kilometers away, a southbound freight train loaded with industrial chemicals and steel equipment was traveling toward the same section of track near Hohenthurm. The freight train had been delayed earlier because of mechanical inspections, causing confusion among dispatchers trying to reorganize rail traffic. Communication systems across the region had already been struggling due to severe weather conditions, and several signal operators were under pressure to keep trains moving on schedule. Inside the railway control center, a tired dispatcher named Karl Brenner stared at multiple flashing screens. He had been working for nearly 12 hours without a proper break because another operator had called in sick. The constant pressure and endless radio conversations made concentration difficult. When an emergency maintenance crew requested temporary access to a nearby track section, Karl mistakenly entered incorrect routing information into the system. The error silently cleared both trains onto the same line. For several minutes, nothing appeared unusual. Automated systems continued functioning normally, unaware that two massive trains were moving directly toward each other through dense fog at high speed. The passengers aboard the northbound train remained calm, some laughing softly while a conductor checked tickets along the aisles. In the freight locomotive, veteran engineer Markus Vogel noticed unusual signal behavior but assumed it was related to the storm interference that had affected the railway network all evening. As the trains approached Hohenthurm Junction, visibility became almost impossible. Thick white fog swallowed the tracks ahead, and snow began falling heavily across the countryside. The automated warning systems should have detected the danger, but a temporary software override during maintenance had disabled part of the collision prevention network. Unknown to everyone involved, only seconds remained before disaster. At 8:46 p.m., Marcus suddenly saw bright lights emerging from the fog directly ahead. His heart froze instantly. Realizing another train was on the same track, he slammed the emergency brakes and desperately sounded the horn. At nearly the same moment, the passenger train engineer also spotted the freight locomotive rushing toward him. Both men fought to stop their trains, but the icy rails offered little traction. The collision happened with horrifying force. A deafening explosion echoed across the frozen fields as metal crushed against metal at tremendous speed. The front carriages of the passenger train were torn apart instantly. Windows exploded outward, and twisted steel flew through the darkness. The freight train's chemical containers ruptured upon impact, releasing fire and smoke into the freezing night air. Residents living near Hohenthurm later described hearing a sound like thunder shaking the earth beneath their homes. Inside the passenger train, chaos erupted immediately. Lights failed, plunging survivors into darkness filled with smoke, sparks, and screams. Seats were ripped from the floors, luggage crashed from overhead compartments, and injured passengers struggled to escape mangled wreckage. Some people were trapped beneath collapsed metal structures while others searched desperately for missing family members. Emergency calls flooded local dispatch centers within minutes. Firefighters, police officers, and paramedics rushed toward the scene through dangerous winter conditions. But reaching the crash site proved extremely difficult. Snow-covered roads slowed rescue vehicles, and the growing fire from the chemical spill created enormous risks for first responders. When the first rescue teams arrived, they faced a nightmare unlike anything they had experienced before. Several train carriages were completely destroyed, stacked on top of each other in twisted heaps of burning steel. Survivors stumbled through the snow covered in blood and ash, crying for help in the darkness. Rescue workers immediately began pulling injured passengers from broken windows and shattered compartments while firefighters battled flames spreading through the wreckage. Helicopters circled overhead as emergency floodlights illuminated the disaster scene. Medical teams established temporary treatment areas beside the tracks, working non-stop to stabilize victims suffering from burns, broken bones, and severe trauma. Local hospitals declared mass casualty emergencies as ambulances transported the wounded throughout the region. Hours passed in freezing temperatures as rescuers searched for survivors trapped inside collapsed carriages. Specialized cutting equipment was needed to break through crushed steel compartments where people remained pinned beneath debris. Some victims were rescued alive after calling weakly for help from beneath the wreckage, while others were discovered too late. News of the disaster spread rapidly across Germany by midnight. Television stations interrupted regular programming to report on the collision near Hohenthurm. Families desperately called emergency hotlines seeking information about loved ones believed to be aboard the passenger train. Railway officials struggled to answer growing questions from reporters and government authorities. By early morning, the full scale of the tragedy became clear. Dozens of passengers and crew members had lost their lives, while many more remained critically injured. The crash became one of the worst railway disasters in modern German history. Flags across nearby towns were lowered as grief spread through communities connected to the victims. Investigators arrived at the scene shortly after sunrise to begin examining the cause of the collision. Black box recorders from both trains were recovered, along with communication logs from the Railway Control Center. Experts carefully studied damaged signal equipment and interviewed surviving crew members. Initial evidence quickly pointed toward human error combined with multiple system failures. The investigation revealed a terrifying chain of mistakes that allowed the disaster to happen. Karl Brenner's routing error had accidentally directed both trains onto the same track. Safety systems that should have prevented the collision were partially disabled because of maintenance procedures. Severe weather further complicated communication between operators and train crews. Individually, each problem might have been manageable. Together, they created a catastrophic failure. When Karl learned the true consequences of his mistake, he reportedly collapsed during questioning. Friends later described him as devastated beyond words. Although investigators acknowledged the dangerous working conditions and technical failures surrounding the incident, public anger focused heavily on the railway operators responsible for safety oversight. In the months following the disaster, memorial services were held throughout the country. Hundreds of mourners gathered near Hohenthurm Junction, placing flowers and candles beside the repaired railway line. Families of victims demanded accountability while survivors shared emotional stories of courage, loss, and survival during the terrifying crash. Governments and railway authorities introduced major safety reforms after the investigation concluded. Automated collision prevention systems were upgraded nationwide, maintenance procedures were redesigned, and stricter work-hour limits were established for railway dispatchers. Experts argued that the Hohenthurm collision exposed serious weaknesses hidden within modern transportation networks that many had assumed were completely safe. Years later, the memory of the disaster still haunted those who survived it. Some passengers never returned to train travel again, unable to forget the screams, darkness, and violence of that freezing winter night. Rescue workers carried emotional scars from the horrifying scenes they witnessed among the burning wreckage. Today, trains continue passing safely through Hohenthurm Junction, but memorial plaques beside the railway serve as permanent reminders of the lives lost there. The disaster remains a chilling example of how small human errors, combined with technical failures and harsh conditions, can lead to unimaginable tragedy within moments. On quiet winter nights, when fog drifts once again across the tracks near Hohenthurm, many locals still remember the terrible sound that shattered the silence years ago, the sound of two trains colliding in the darkness, changing countless lives forever.